Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel. I just want to say, before obviously I start my Liverpool Daily News video, a massive thank you all for getting me to 300 subscribers. Obviously I've got 301 at the moment. I couldn't have done it with you guys, and obviously it keeps me going as well. So a massive thank you for getting me to 300 subscribers. And obviously if you haven't already, then obviously if you are new around here, then please hit the subscribe button. So our next target is 350, 400. Just get myself really sort of small steps, as I've said. So, but no, thank you very much for getting me to 300 subscribers, everybody. Right, let's kick things off with my Liverpool Daily News show, and you're more than welcome to obviously watch this as well. So the first news story is a player who has been really injury hit this season, and the news is that Shaqiri looks like he could miss the Merseyside derby. So Liverpool will be taking the short trip to Stanley Park to Everton, and yeah, it's looking like they'll be without Shaqiri. This is obviously this is an article from Steve Hoare, who is obviously Redmen TV as well. Liverpool forward Xherdan Shaqiri is set to be missing when the Reds restart their season against Everton on June the 21st. The Swiss forward was on the score sheet when the two sides met in the return fixture back in December, as the Reds hammered the Blues 5-2 in what ended up being Marco Silva's final game in charge of Everton. He was obviously sacked the next game day. Liverpool could, depending on how Manchester City perform against Arsenal on Wednesday night, be crowned champions if they beat Everton at Goodison Park. But it looks like they'll be making the short trip across Stanley Park without Shaqiri. The Swiss forward is yet to be involved in group training and has not been part of the intra-squad game at Anfield or the recent friendly win against Blackburn Rovers with a muscle issue. Shaqiri would have been unlikely to start the game anyway, but he would almost certainly have been named amongst the Reds substitutes. And given that the rules now allow clubs to make 5 substitutes, he would have had a good chance of getting some minutes under his belt. So, yeah, Shaqiri missing the derby. I don't think it's that surprising, to be honest. He's been injury hit all season. Hasn't played many games this season. Obviously, I would like him to get a couple of games, obviously. But yeah, obviously, it's going to give the likes of Curtis Jones a chance. Obviously, Neco Williams as well, Adam Lallana potentially as well. So yeah, and obviously with the news that Nathaniel Klein's contract will be not being extended, he's going to be leaving at the end of June. So it's looking very likely that Shaqiri is obviously still going to be here. He is contracted until next summer, I think. So that's one thing you could say for sure. So very disappointing, it has to be said, for Shaqiri. But I have to say he's been a good signing. He has been a good signing. Obviously a Champions League winner. Yeah, he's been a good signing. Yes, he hasn't played much, but obviously he's been injury hit. But for me, I think he'll be one of the ones that definitely moves on in the summer. Now, obviously, Liverpool yesterday played in a pre-season friendly against Blackburn Rovers and came out 6-0 winners against Blackburn at Anfield. Sadio Mane, Takumi Minamino, Naby Keita, Keanu Hoover, Joe Matip and Leighton Clarkson were the goal scorers in a 6-0 win, as the Reds obviously returned to Anfield in a bounce match. So it looks like preparations for the return are going really well. So well done to Liverpool for that. Yeah, 6-0 against Blackburn, very good. But we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens indeed. So let's get to some transfer gossip, shall we? And it has to be said that most of these stories are around sort of Liverpool loanies. Now, the first one is Marco Grujic. Now, Jurgen Klopp's first signing as Liverpool manager, will return to the Reds later this month when his loan spell at Hertha Berlin expires, the German club's sporting director has confirmed. The Serbian midfielder has spent the past 2 seasons with the Bundesliga outfit, but with their campaign ending on June the 27th, there is no need to extend the agreement. Michael Preetz told Goal, "It is 100% certain that the loan agreement between us and Liverpool and the contract with Marko Grujic will end on June the 30th. It has been agreed by both clubs that he will return to Liverpool. The conclusion of this loan agreement over the past 2 years is very positive, and it has had positive effects on everyone who has been involved. Liverpool will get back a player who is definitely more experienced than he has been before, because he earned very important game practice. Marko is a player who is present in both penalty boxes. Just in his first year, he played extraordinary. Now, after the restart, he's getting back into his good shape. He's just a very good player. So for me, this loan agreement definitely made sense." So Marko Grujic coming back to Liverpool. I'm delighted with this. I've watched a wee bit of Hertha Berlin in the Bundesliga, and to be honest, they played very, very well. Yes, Grujic cannot escape from a yellow card, but having said that, he is scoring goals. And yeah, he scored against Leipzig the previous week there. So I'm looking forward to Grujic coming back. So let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. Loris Karius has had a lot to say recently, hasn't he? Obviously, he's no longer at Besiktas, but he is back at Liverpool. So he recalls this is a very strange article, it has to be said. It's from the Mirror, so obviously don't get your hopes up at all. So Loris Karius recalls when half the Premier League wanted him. Really? Okay. With Alisson firmly established as Liverpool's first-choice goalkeeper, Loris Karius faces an uncertain future, but the German has been looking back on a time when he claims that half of the Premier League wanted to sign him. Karius' last competitive game for the Reds was the 2018 Champions League final, when he made mistakes with 2 of Real Madrid's goals in the 3-1 defeat. He subsequently spent the best part of 2 seasons on loan at Besiktas, but called time earlier in his temporary switch to Turkey because of a pay dispute. The Mirror quote Karius as telling Transfermarkt about when he was one of Europe's most sought after prospects as a teenager. This is what he's had to say. "I was playing in the under-16 national team at the time, and there were a lot of scouts at the games. At 16 you could sign your first professional contract. I had offers from all sorts of clubs back then, but Manchester City went out of their way to help me. They showed me a concrete plan, for example, how I could make it to the senior game. That fascinated me. I could just as well imagine staying in Stuttgart. But the concept in their plan for me did not convince me as much as that of Man City. So I said to myself, I'm going to take the challenge and I'm going to England. Who else was interested? It felt like half of the Premier League. In Germany, I actually only dealt with Stuttgart because VfB was and is known to do great youth work. I enjoyed great training there. At that time, I only listened to the plans of Man City and VfB. At that time, the arrival of investors in clubs was only just getting started. Man City was actually a club that relies heavily on its own youngsters. Many made the breakthrough. The academy was in a good position. That's why I decided in the end on this club." So Loris Karius claiming that half the Premier League were after him. Really, really interesting that. Really, really interesting. And the final story that I have to give you on my daily news is that potentially Liverpool eye summer swoop for elegant heir to Skrtel's throne. Now, who would I be meaning about that? Milan Skriniar of Inter Milan. Martin Skrtel was a highly effective central defender for Liverpool, but you'd never describe him as elegant. No, you wouldn't. However, Slovakia's latest biggest star in the Reds' old boys position, Milan Skriniar, is supposedly a much silkier proposition. His stylish displays have supposedly caught the eye of Anfield scouts, and give me sports site Gazzetta dello Sport as reporting that Liverpool are one of the teams interested in making a potential summer transfer swoop for the Internazionale player. They claim that the Reds' interest in the 25-year-old is long-term, and they've compiled a long dossier on his performances. Skriniar, capped 31 times by his country to date, is expected to command a price tag of over €50 million, £44.8 million. Skriniar, good defender, very, very good defender. Obviously, we all know about Slovak defenders. Obviously, Martin Skrtel as well. Yeah, he wasn't the silkiest, let's put it that way, but he was effective. He was effective. Obviously, scoring 18 goals in his time at Liverpool, which was very, very good as well. So, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think that Shaqiri will get a Premier League medal? Obviously, let me know about that, because obviously he has been injured most of the season. Also, let me know about obviously Marko Grujic is coming back. Let me know about Loris Karius's claims that half the Premier League wanted him. Not too sure about that one. And also let me know about the transfer gossip about Milan's Skriniar. I'm going to have to get that right. I'm going to have to get that right. But no, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, obviously, if you are new around here, then please hit that subscribe button. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Smash a like on this video as well. And content is coming thick and fast. Obviously, Premier League predictions will be back. Match previews will be back. Liverpool match previews. We're really looking forward to match previews coming back. There'll be a review show after the game against Everton as well. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of content coming up between now and July. So really, really looking forward to that as well. But thank you very much for watching. Obviously, the Reds are back in action on the 21st of June. Really looking forward to when we are back in action. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.